Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and happy May. So today I'm going to be sharing my May 2025 currently inked pens, and I am using my Kinbor A6 planner that I purchased just for my ink adventures this year. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right in and get started. And I have swatched all of the inks that I'm using, and I will show you, I will go through those with you at the end of the video. So the first pen I have inked up for May is my Benu Talisman in Cherry Blossom. Beautiful pen. I haven't used this quite as much as I thought I would, but I picked it up for this month and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it so much. And this is an exclusive to Gold Spot pens, just in case you're looking for it. I have it inked up with Robert Auster's Cherry Blossom. And I'm just gonna show you, I find that people prefer that I show the ink bottle because sometimes it can be difficult to read. I'm not gonna post this. I will say that I would like to because the pen is light enough to post. However, it doesn't stay on, so I am a little bit disappointed about that. However, it is what it is, unfortunately. So I do have a fine nib on this pen. This ink ran dry, and as you can see, I have a bottle. So I did add some white lightning to the bottle itself. So I didn't have to add it each time because it hasn't mattered what size nib I've used. The ink was running dry. So this is Robert Auster. Cherry Blossom. And the Benu Talisman, because I have a tendency to write Euphoria. Cherry Blossom. This has a fine nib. I purchased this with a broad nib. I very rarely use the broad nib. I prefer the fine and medium of the Schmidt nibs. So yeah, I think the amount of white lightning I added is perfect. Super wet and juicy pen. So I have been enjoying this one. The next pen I have inked up, and I apologize for my voice in advance. My allergies have been acting up. Is this Radius 1934 Sedamo, and I think it's Marco Bianco. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember. I purchased this pen last year through Endless Pens. They were having a massive major sale, and I've only inked it up once. I purchased it with a flex nib. I did not care for the flex nib, so I purchased a fine and extra fine nib. I have this with fine nib at the moment, and I'm loving it. Yeah, it's so beautiful. And it posts well, and it's very comfortable to write with. The nib and feed is amazing. I'm really enjoying this pen so far. I have this inked up with Sailor Manyo Haha, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure if the camera picks it up, but look at that light blue in this pen. So to me, this is a lovely match. So this is Sailor Manyo Haha. And this is the, I'm gonna put Sedamo. And I have it with the fine nib at the moment. It's writing almost like a medium, so I'm looking forward to trying out the extra fine nib, because look at how wet and juicy that is. And I have inked this Sailor Manyo Haha and other pens, and it's been dry. So I'm very, very pleased with this combination and loving it. The next pen I have inked up is this Opus 88 Flora. I've had this on and off my list for a while and finally pulled the trigger, so to speak, and purchased it. And I'm loving it. I was afraid it was going to be a little bit too large, and you'll see what I mean in a moment. You can probably see now. Let me compare a couple of these pens. Real quick so you can see. And I have this inked up with Sailor Manyo Nadeshiko. This is a fine nib. I do not post this nib, or this cap, I'm sorry. Post the nib. Oh boy. Yeah, and I am very pleased. This is a number 6 nib. It is very smooth compared to the Opus 88 number 5s. So I'm very, very impressed. And if for some of you that have followed me for a while, last month I was telling you, last month or the month before, I think it was last month, about the arthritis and trying to find pens that that I can write with long term. And this one here, because I've been writing with these for a few days, I was surprised. I was able to write a page and not feel it. So feel it in my hands and my fingers. So I'm very impressed, and I'm very impressed with Opus 88 pens. I feel like they are underrated in the community, fountain pen community. Look at how well this is. Look at how wet this is writing. I am, oh, that's what I have to say. I'm loving this combination. I'm loving this pen. I wasn't sure, you know, based on other people's reviews of the pen, you know, it does have a lot of red, yellow, and blue, but the pen I received, because each one is different, has a lot of the mint color green. It's got pink. I can see periwinkle, purple in there, turquoise. So I'm loving this. And yeah, if you have been pondering, because this is an eyedropper pen, if you've been pondering this, and you have larger hands like me, then I'd say if you have the funds, definitely check it out. All right, the next pen and ink combo I have is Sailor Manyo Niko Yanagi. I apologize if I mispronounce that. And my Benu Euphoria and milk confetti milkshake, or confetti milkshake. It's one of those. I've had this inked up since I purchased it. I'm loving this pen. It has a medium nib, and let me just backtrack a second because I forgot to write. I like keeping track of this month to month for myself. All right, guys, thank you for bearing with me. So you'll notice a theme this month. I think I've inked up the Sailor Manyo Haha. I have not inked up until this month the Nadeshiko and this one here, the Niko Yanagi. So my goal this year is to explore inks that I haven't paid attention to. Blues, greens, more oranges, more inks that I really didn't pay much attention to last year. So this is Sailor Manyo Niko with my Benu Euphoria. Oh, and this pen, this Benu pen, is exclusive to Goulet pens. I think it's called Confetti Milkshake. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And this is a medium nib. And it's very wet. I think I chose good combinations, and I'm getting used to knowing, like, okay, this is a dry ink, so I need a wetter pen and nib combination. So the next pen and ink combination I have is the Manyo Ink Sakura and the Sailor ProGear Slim. I think this is in the Momo, M-O-M-O. And this has a medium nib. And I have to say, this is a very dry combination. I did add some White Lightning to this because I'm like, if I don't add some, I'm going to unink this pen. And I really, really love this ink color, shade and color. I love it. I know there a lot of people do not care for it, but I absolutely adore it. So I wanted to make it work. So Sailor Manyo. I think this combination would have looked, or I shouldn't even say looked, but it would have written better in a Benu. And I almost inked it up in this because you'll see the orange sprinkles, and I think it would have worked well. However, I haven't used any of my Sailor pens for a while, and I'm like, Sailor and Sailor would be great to match up. So we've got the Sailor ProGear Slim, and a Momo, and this is a medium nib. And yeah, it's flowing a lot nicer now. Than what it was originally. So yes. And I think too, in a broader nib, I know this is a Sailor medium, but possibly in this the new medium, we would be able to see the chroma shading, because you'll see when I show you the swatches in a bit. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. You'll see. All right, my last pen and ink combination is Pilot Shiku Ren. And this Jinhao 100 and this Marshmallow pen body. I really love the Montegrappa Marshmallow. However, that is a pen that I just cannot purchase, I guess. I'm just with that price range there, $300 to $400. It's just, yeah, not in my budget. So I remember the Jinhao 100 with the Marshmallow pen body. So I'm like, yeah, I love this, the Centennial 100. To me, they rate amazing. So I'm like, I'm just gonna get that, and I'm so glad that I did. I'm enjoying this pen and ink combination. So Jinhao 100, and I'm calling this Marshmallow. I know there are other, oops, I meant to write the Pilot Shiku Ren. I do that all the time, so bear with me, guys. Marshmallow, this is an EF nib, and I have it inked with Pilot Irushizuku. Shiku Ren. The grass is finally coming out, and I'm enjoying my long drives just looking at the green. And this Shiku Ren and the Sailor sample that I received from Priscilla just remind me of grass in the spring. I love it so much, and so I had to ink this up. It is a very smooth writer. I will say I think it would have looked better in a fine nib, been a little bit wetter. However, I am enjoying the flow with this combination. So the last pen and ink combination I've had it inked up through April. As soon as it runs out, I will be changing back to likely the Esterbrook Cherry Blossom pen. I use this in my daily planner, and this is, I'm trying to include this in my currently inked, but this is Noodlers, and it's kind of running dry, so I think it's almost out of ink finally. Matahari. Yep, it is. So, cordial. And this is the Jinhao 10. And the pink silver body. I have so enjoyed these Jinhao 10s, and this is a fine nib. I did have to add some of the grease to that. Yeah, I'm pretty much out. That's what's happening. So I'm going to be cleaning this out and switching pens, because this does need to be clean. I've inked it up a couple times already without cleaning it out. So yeah, guys, that's my currently inked for May. I hope you enjoyed. I tried to keep it at a minimum. Oh, let me show you real quick the swatches. I keep forgetting for May. Yes, so this is the Robert Auster and Cherry Blossom. This is the Sailor Manyu Haha. And I love that. I'm trying to pull it up so you can see the light blue, the dark blue, the pinkish purple in there. This is the Sailor Manyu Nadeshiko. This is the Sailor Manyu Niko Yanagi. Look at that. That is beautiful. This is the Sailor Manyu and Sakura. And see the base there, that pink? In a broader nib that it lightens to a pinkish orange. And then this is the Pilot Arushizuku Shiku Ren. So that is my currently inked for May, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit, and God bless.